so to speak. 9 News Now reporter Audrey Barnes was there.
We got 50. We reached our goal.
They came from across the region with bags of bras.
They're cute.
To form a chain of hope.
The hooks with the loops.
That one day there might be a cure for breast cancer.
It's all right.
For some, it can't come soon enough.
I've been tested recently, and they've found one lump that they're watching every 6 months.
The American Cancer Society teamed up with the Hard Rock Cafe and Hot 99.5 Radio for the first annual Bras Across D.C. event.
And we actually ended up getting 2,600 bras, which is almost 1,000 more than we anticipated.
Morning host Kane lost an aunt to the disease.
I wanted to do something that was powerful and a statement that we could make. To say there's hope.
A lot of these bras were donated to honor a survivor, or like this one, someone who did not. She was a cookie mom in Herndon, Virginia. The good news is they are all going to be cleaned up and given to homeless women in shelters. 8th graders at Rachel Carson Middle School in Herndon collected bras to honor the cookie mom and others. These girls asked Towson University students to give up a bra or two.
My grandma has had breast cancer twice, and my aunt had it once.
As they held the lingerie high around the pool, it was time to reflect on battles lost and those still to come.
I have a close friend, actually, that was recently diagnosed, undergoing surgery on Monday, and another friend who lost her life last spring. Everybody needs to be aware of it.
Audrey Barnes, 9 News Now.
The Hard Rock Cafe on E Street is holding a little pink dress party as the finale for the bra stretch. Jessica Simpson and other celebrities donated bras for that event. It starts tonight at 8, and you can find out more about it on our website, WUSA9.com. Just look on the Living Well page. Anita?
Leslie, a new link tonight between breast and prostate cancers, and it's a gene called BP1. Researchers at George Washington University Medical Center found this gene is active in 70% of prostate cancer tumors and also plays a role in most breast cancer. Lead scientist Dr. Patricia Berg, who discovered BP1, joined me in our studio today to explain why this is such a big deal.
This is likely a good target for therapy. And so we're working very hard on developing a suppressor of the gene, as well as a blood test that might be useful in early diagnosis.
Dr. Berg says BP1 targeted treatments could be used alongside chemotherapy to make that cancer fighter even more effective. Leslie and Top, let's take it out to you.
All right, we're out here on the
University Medical Center that may help in the fight against prostate cancer. Scientists have found a gene that is activated in 70% of prostate tumors. It's the same gene that's been found in a majority of breast cancer cases. Dr. Patricia Berg helped lead the team that made this discovery. Dr. Berg is here now. Thanks for joining us, for being here. What an important discovery. Tell us what this means, first of all, in the fight against cancer.
Well, in prostate cancer specifically, prostate cancer is the #1 cancer in men, and about 200,000 men each year are diagnosed with prostate cancer, and about 30,000 men die of prostate cancer each year. We found that this gene, which I initially identified and my lab cloned, that we call BP1, is activated in 70% of prostate cancers. We had previously published that it's activated in 80% of breast cancers and 63% of acute myeloid leukemias.
So what does this do in the search for a cure?
Well, it makes it a good target because it is involved in so many prostate cancers, as well as such a high percentage of the other cancers we've looked at. So it makes it a good target for therapy. We are very actively looking at suppressors that may turn this gene off when it's on, and we have found a good lead, and so we're pursuing that. In addition, we're trying to develop a blood test.
Okay.
That might be useful both in early diagnosis as well as in monitoring treatment of patients.
So who gets tested? I mean, say my father had prostate cancer as the daughter. Do I get tested for this gene? Could I potentially be at risk of breast cancer?
I don't believe that there's a connection there. This gene is in all of our cells. Everyone has it. It has normal functions. It's just that it should be turned off at certain times and in certain kinds of tissue. So in prostate, it should be turned off in adult men.
Okay.
And in women, it should be turned off in the breast. But because of the fact that this gene is at the top of a cascade of other genes, it regulates a number of other genes, including some very well-known oncogenes. Those are genes that cause cancer. Okay? And so it regulates these cascades of genes. So the idea is to understand what turns this on, and perhaps we can avoid those things that turn it on, and how can we turn it off?
So ultimately, will all of us be tested for this gene?
It's possible. If we can develop a blood test, it would be an easy test. And it could be used as a screening tool, potentially.
Okay, very interesting. Dr. Patricia Berg, thanks for helping us out with this and for all of the research that you've done.
Thank you very much.
Sean, back to you.
All right, fascinating. Doctors right now are looking in the administration. Researchers here in D.C. today announced the same gene found in the majority of breast cancer cases is also active in about 70% of prostate cancer cases. The study comes from the university, or rather the George Washington University Medical Center, and it focused on the gene BP1. The doctor who found the gene can't say the discovery will lead to a cure, but she told our Living Well's Anita Brickman it could develop cancer treatments.
There are some common genes that are found in a large variety of malignancies, and this is starting to appear as if it may be one of those genes, and we are starting to look at other cancers as well to see whether this gene is also activated in those cancers.
You can learn more about the discovery at WUSA9.com. Just click on Living Well in the news menu. And this weekend, we invite you to come along with 9 News Now.